새로운 출발을 위해 부산의 자연과 사람, 부산에서 누리는 모든 것을 사랑하는 그는 부산의 변함없는 한때에 늘 감탄합니다.
I think that Busan people are actually very, very kind and very welcoming. If I seemed a little lost, there was always someone that was there to ask me if I needed help. They're more seriously friendly than it's very serious. I very seriously want to help you.
부산의 한결같은 모습도 늘 감동을 주지만 이제는 부산의 미래를 꿈꾸며 2030년 부산의 새로운 도약을 기대합니다.
Busan people are very proud of their city. They want to share the city with everyone. If we get the World Expo, it'll really put Busan on a global map.
세계 박람회가 어울리는 도시, 미래를 향한 힘찬 도약. 부산에서 출발한 파도는 이미 세계를 향해 뻗어나가고 있습니다. 2030 부산 세계 박람회. 부산이 시작하고 대한민국이 함께 이뤄갑니다. 이 캠페인은 지역과 함께하는 든든한 동반자 BNK 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Laura McLucky and Minsu Shin. BFM 부산영어방송.
Hello. Welcome to my final Friday at BEFM's best show, Inside Out Busan. I'm going to talk about it all day, so don't worry, I'm going to make up for not doing anything this whole week. When you think about the time, when you think about the word time-rich or 시간 부자, what pops into your mind?
You.
Me?
Well, after today.
내일부터 내가 시간 부자 될 거예요.
맞아요. Well, 시간 부자, being time rich, it's not how much free time you have away from work or other obligations. Basically, what matters to your psyche, your psychology, and your physical health, right? Having free time for that. That's what it means by time 부자.
It's about the amount of control that we feel that we have over our time, you know? And investing our time into ourselves and into our relationships. You know, just feeling like we have more time.
맞아요. So as the great Warren Buffett puts it, the rich invest in time, the poor invest in money. Which are you going to invest in? Time or money?
Bitcoin.
Basically, do you want to be rich or poor?
Yeah.
시간입니다, 시간.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom in the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, so you know. Butterflies are all having fun, you know what I mean. But it tastes strong, and it's all the world is on you, and I'm
Oh, what a great way to kick off a Friday evening here at Inside Out Busan. Feeling Good by Muse. 6:13 on the clock. Welcome to the show. I'm Laura McCluckey.
And I'm Minsu Shin. Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah.
So, all the songs, well, at least in the first hour of the show,
Yeah.
I dedicate to you.
Oh,
Laura.
Minsu.
So, a couple of songs I've lined up
Yeah.
that reminds me and everybody on the show of you.
Why?
And we do this because today is a very sad and special day.
It's a momentous occasion.
It's a momentous occasion.
my
One
day.
that will be remembered, that will be put in the books.
It will
right?
be in the books.
What day is it, Laura?
What books?
You know, the book of records that we have here at BFM.
Oh, I see.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere.
Nah.
Somebody get the book of records. Write it down. It's my last day.
It is. Now, we mentioned
오늘
this.
내 마지막 날입니다.
Nah, we hinted at it like throughout the week,
Yeah.
and we gave the full-blown announcement yesterday.
Yeah.
And then
Nobody cared. One
No.
person cared. Tokking-nim said, I'm going to cry.
so many
That's
people cared, so much so that they, like I heard,
They-
they said they'll never listen to radio again. They erased the BFM app on their phones.
good.
They deleted YouTube from their computers.
I think more protests of this kind are inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable.
Thank you for the downfall of Inside Out Busan, as well BFM.
I think you are your own downfall, really. You know?
근데 오늘 로라 마지막 날입니다.
맞아요. 너무
네.
슬픈 날이지.
슬프기도 하고 기쁘기도 하고.
맞아요.
I mean, happy for you.
Yeah.
Right, what you'll do after.
You're happy.
네, bittersweet, as they say, right?
Yeah.
그래서 여러분, 오늘 방송에 아주 따뜻한 이별 인사 문자 메시지 많이 보내주세요.
많이 보내주시고요. 그리고 돈도
로라한테요.
받겠습니다.
저는 있겠습니다. 저는 남겠어요.
I'll receive coffee also. Money. Whatever you want to say.
네, 그거는 시민수로 보내주고요. 네, 로라는 오늘 이후로 not like completely, but 조금이라도 더 시간 부자가 될 거예요.
So here's the thing. I'm definitely not going to be 시간 부자 in terms of I'm going to have like all this free time now. But the reason I'm leaving this show, because I'm not leaving BEFM, but this show is at a certain time. Obviously, it's drive time in the evening, and I've got a very young family.
Yeah.
So I need to use my 시간, my time, to spend with them. So I want to invest my time in raising my family and caring for my family, my parents-in-law.
맞아요. And that's a legitimate reason to leave anything, actually. So, yeah, that is actually the right definition of what 시간 부자, being time rich is. It's not like you have all this free time in the world, but how you're using that free time, you know, especially for things that are important to you, your family,
Yeah.
right, and your friends. So being time rich, it's this feeling that you have that you think, you know, and you believe you have sufficient time to pursue activities that are meaningful and important to you.
Yeah.
Time to reflect and engage in leisure, right? And also family and friends.
Absolutely. And by the way, time rich, it's about using your time efficiently. You know, using it effectively the way that you want to. It's not just being at home watching Netflix. Although I would like to do that too.
I mean, you got more opportunities to do so, I
Really?
guess.
No, I have a 1-year-old.
I know, but like, you know, because you're like this big show is that one thing you get out of the way. Of course, you're going to be spending with your family, but
Yeah.
you know, there is that bigger opportunity to add a little bit of that in if you want to, or
But
if you can.
This is a rest for me being
Yeah.
here. This is like relax time.
Oh,
this is so
then-
easy. This fills me with all the you know, this releases my stress.
I have nothing more to say about
But
that then.
being time rich is, in simple terms, paying other people to tackle things that you are maybe not as efficient at.
Yeah.
Or some time consuming tasks.
Sure.
You know, delegating work, freeing up time. So, for example, I got a robot 청소기.
Ooh, good investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
You
bit
come home
expensive.
always to clean floors.
And the floor is clean. All I need to do is empty the bag a couple of times, it even finds its way back to the charging station.
That's exactly what it's supposed to do, right? So doing that, but also this could actually be very efficient when it comes to you becoming 시간 부자, severing ties with toxic people.
Ah, yes.
Clearing up some mental space because once those toxic people go away, like they're not in your head anymore, right? So this frees up mental space, and also eliminating like redundant stuff, right? Just things that like with your robot 청소기.
Yeah.
You don't have to physically do the vacuuming anymore, right? And that's a redundant thing that you get out of the way with something else.
Yeah.
This is another great way to manage your time, and you spend that time on stuff you truly value.
Yeah. I love that Benjamin Franklin's old adage, time is money. So I'm about to become Booja. Booyah.
네.
It's time to enrich my life.
Yeah. So once
To be
again,
fair, like it sounds like my life is not enriched with this show, which is really not what the point of this is.
Inside of
Like,
Busan has been holding you back.
this is
Laura.
like my favorite thing. I've been a broadcaster for over 20 years. I've been in broadcasting since I was 18. I'm now 39. I know I've aged very well.
I think that's the first time you actually told your real age.
know. It's my last day, I may as well be honest. And so it's just so fun. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do.
맞아요.
So I'm very sad to be leaving.
Yeah. So folks, send us your messages of sadness,
No, don't send me sadness. Send me insults. That's going
insults.
to warm my heart more.
Yeah, we will take them.
A roast.
I'll filter them, those insults. But yeah, any message that you want to say to Laura, 오늘이 마지막 기회입니다.
맞아요.
네.
Not really. You can text me 0105666.
HK님 are saying, I can't believe today is Laura's last day.
맞습니다.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It
Well,
is.
I believe it. I'm not coming on Monday. You better believe it.
I think it'll hit me on Monday that today was your last day.
Guess what? I'll be on a Monday.
Where?
Not on a Monday, on this coming Monday. I'll be on a cruise ship.
Right away.
Yep.
Right? Just forgetting about
Bam.
Inside Out Busan.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sailing away from my problems.
I'd at least feel a little guilty. Be like, you know what? I'll stay home just because I know Minsu's at work.
Really?
I mean, I could be doing the show with him, but I mean, I'm not. It was my decision. But this is the least I can do to stay home to support him.
I'll text you. Send you a selfie.
Send those messages pound 9050 shop 9050. You could send them to Kakao Talk, or you could let us know on our YouTube. Farewell, goodbye to Laura.
Adieu.
네.
Insunim texting in. We'll miss you, Laura. We all love you. Insunim, I love you very much. And thank you so much for all of the love that you've given us and all of the laughs. That's my favorite thing, is just connecting with all of our listeners.
맞아요.
And having all that banter. People get a little bit scared because they think I'm being mean, but I'm not really mean, right? I'm kind.
I mean, we'll
do you wanna
see.
move on?
We'll see. Let's see
Let's move on.
how the show
I've
ends
still got-
today.
I've still got
and I'll let
an
you
hour
know.
and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
exactly. Coming up next, News Bites.
Yes, indeed. It's time for News Bites. Annie's in the studio breaking stuff.
Sorry,
Penny.
that alarmed me a lot.
Everything has a value on it.
Feeling alarmed.
Those like in Korean companies, they have stickers on the back that tells you how much this is supposed to be valued.
I wondered why our printers all had those. I was
Yeah.
like, what, do we plan on selling them later?
No, in case somebody breaks it. You break it, you buy it,
It's
basically.
your asset.
That's nuts.
Company assets.
It's not an
맞아요.
asset. It costs you money. Those printers were forever, but anyway.
Annie, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. The news goes on despite Laura's departure.
I know. I thought the world would stop, but
Yeah.
clearly not.
Unfortunately
Selfish.
not.
Selfish. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
Been better, but good.
Yeah.
I have a bubble on my tongue.
Oh.
Is that TMI?
That's, I mean, a little bit, but I appreciate
It's
it.
kind of bothering me, but also I do the 6 p.m. news,
Yeah.
and announcer-님, the Korean announcer Nim, she told me she could really hear my words today. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe
well,
I
that's might be a good thing, actually.
Maybe she turned up her headphones.
it could be.
that's-
Keep it up. Go Blister, right?
I like
Blister.
it. I like
Well, let's see how
it.
clear you sound today with today's News Bites.
Right. We do have some difficult topics today. So the Board of Audit and Inspection, or BAI, which has been investigating major national statistics such as housing prices by the former Moon Jae-in government, said today that it has asked the prosecution to investigate 22 22 people, which includes senior officials, all for suspicions of data manipulation. All 4 former government policy chiefs were included in the investigation request, as well as the former senior presidential aide, former senior economic secretary, former senior presidential secretary for jobs, former minister of land, infrastructure, and transport, and the head of the National Statistical Office. So investigation material for an additional 7 other people besides these 22 were also sent to the prosecutors to be looked into.
Okay. So what kind of evidence have the auditors found?
Well, Choi Dal-young, who is the first Deputy Secretary General of the BAI, said in an interim audit briefing that the Blue House, or like the Presidential Secretariat, and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport have manipulated statistics at least 94 times between 2017 and 2021. As far as they have found so far. The BAI said these offices pressured statistics-related agencies to manipulate official data on income, employment, and housing prices. So, for example, for housing prices, they suspect that numbers were manipulated to fulfill one of the previous president, Moon Jae-in's main policy agendas, which was housing prices. And then Statistics Korea's household income trend survey results in 2018 were also changed when the actual data showed a widened distribution gap and also decreased income of the poor. So anything negative, they kind of changed to look a little bit better.
Yeah. So it looks like, evidence.
Yes,
Right.
of the previous government.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see what the auditors as well as the prosecution is going to do with this. Definitely keep us updated. What's next?
Right, a set of revisions aimed at protecting teachers' rights to teach, called the Teachers' Rights Restoration Bills, was passed by the Parliamentary Education Committee today. So members of the Parliament Committee voted at a plenary session to revise the Special Act, the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, the Early Childhood Education Act, and then also the Basic Education Act.
Okay, so what are the details of these revisions?
Right, so let's go into it. For the Special Act, which means like the teacher's status, it will be revised to prohibit removing teachers from their positions unless there's a justifiable reason, even if they're reported as child abuse. And also, it will state that the principal cannot reduce or conceal the infringement of educational activities. They can't hide anything. It also included a provision that the superintendent of the Office of Education can conduct mutual aid projects to protect teachers from various lawsuits that come against them and leave the processes to the School Safety Mutual Aid Association. For the Elementary and Secondary Education Act revision, it'll state that justified teachers' guidance is not seen as child abuse. They are allowed to use some force if necessary. It also prohibits student guardians from violating the human rights of faculty members or even students. And the principal is responsible for school complaints, all of them. Similar revisions were also made to the Early Childhood Education Act as well, and these revised bills will later be put to a vote at the plenary session of the National Assembly, which is next Thursday.
I think this is something that is going to be an ongoing issue for a very, very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because it's already been such a big issue with the recent suicides and with so many other things coming to light. It's, I look forward to lots of positive change
For sure.
in this area.
For sure.
It's just unfortunate it took this long.
Yeah.
맞습니다. We have time for one last bit of news. Let's go international this time.
Yes, I'm sorry. This week we're going to America a lot, but at the All-In Summit, which was held in Los Angeles, Elon Musk attended remotely, and then at this summit, he compared Taiwan's relationship with China to Hawaii's with the U.S., and then called Taiwan an, quote, integral part of China. So his exact words were, Beijing's policy has been to sort of reunite Taiwan with China. From their standpoint, maybe it's analogous to Hawaii or something like that, like an integral part of China that is arbitrarily not part of China, mostly because the U.S. Pacific Fleet has stopped any sort of reunification effort by force. I had to read that all because it feels important.
Yeah.
To this, Taiwan's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Joseph Wu, strongly responded on X, which is owned by Elon Musk, in such concise words saying, listen up, Taiwan is not part of the PRC and certainly not for sale. People's Republic of China.
how did this issue even come up in the first place? Like, how did he start talking about it?
All right, so Elon Musk made these comments in response to a question about the challenges faced by American businesses in China. And because his business interests in China, Musk has met with senior leadership at many levels in China. He added that he had felt he had a pretty good understanding of the country for an outsider, and his comments may have leaned that way due to his many business interests. He does want to do more business there. And also he has a heavy reliance for his company Tesla because more than half of his global sales comes out of the Shanghai facility.
There you go, right? I feel like this is something that, you pay people to make sure you don't say,
Don't
or
say
when you
things
do
like
say,
that. Yep.
you say it the correct way, right?
Publicist.
It's very, 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 very careless, very clumsy, very incorrect, and very offensive to the nation of Taiwan
Right.
and many other people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not a lot of thought there.
Not a lot of thought. But we all say things that we don't mean.
맞아요.
I definitely do.
Like,
I'm sorry.
for instance, today's my last day on the show.
I mean it.
Definitely not.
Today is my last day.
All right, well, News Bites, that'll wrap it up for today and the week. Annie, thank you so much. You have a good weekend. We'll see you back here next week.
I will, and I'll have to hunt down Laura somewhere in Busan.
Yay! You can
Hunt
find
well.
me anytime.
Happy huntings.
All right.
Okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, it's a wee bit simple. Minds. How did you know I like this band, Minsu? Don't you forget about me.
Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone, dancing, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. Love's strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow change may pull us apart. When the light gets in your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Will you stand above me? Look my way, but never love me. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. Will you recognize me? Call my name or walk on by. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. Yeah. Hey, Don't you try and pretend it's my feeling. We'll win in the end. I won't harm you. I won't touch your defenses. Vanity, insecurity. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, baby. Going to take us apart and put us back together at heart. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. As I walk on by, won't you call my name? When you walk on by, Won't you call my name when you walk away? Won't you call my name? Come on, call my name. Won't you call my name?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. La, 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 la.
A wee little bit of Simple Minds.
A wee little bit of Simple Minds, Ken.
Nah. Of course, you being from Scotland and all.
I wish you'd learned more Scottish while I was here, you know?
Yeah, it's amazing how I did not pick it up.
Well, you
The
picked
what?
up a wee
Almost
bit.
2 years.
About you. True.
True.
True. You say true the best.
맞아요. True.
True.
Even more than a Scottish person.
Person. That's it's getting there.
True.
True. Anyway, let's get on with it. 6:33 on the clock. It's Inside Out Busan on 90.5, 103.3 FM. Welcome to the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for my final day at Inside Out. It's the 15th of September. I'm Laura McCluckie.
And I'm Min-Soo Shin.
Are you sad?
Just a little bit.
little bit.
Slowly hitting me
Yeah.
that today's your last day.
I don't care.
How'd you know? See right through me.
아, 그냥
No.
치킨 먹고 싶어요.
We Laura, somehow I'm gonna make your dream come true today, all right? 조금 그냥 기대하세요. 기대하세요, right? But we do have to get through business.
All right. Let's get to the weather. It's
네.
currently averaging 25 degrees Celsius right now, depending on where you are in Busan. Morning lows of 24, tomorrow morning, afternoon highs of 29. Now, this weekend, strong rain is expected to fall nationwide from tomorrow afternoon until the day after tomorrow. Since there will be heavy rain, please do be aware and be cautious of safety and watch out for accidents. Take into consideration your weekend plans if you've scheduled anything, etc. Be safe.
네, 네. 이번 주말은 내일 오후부터 모레까지 전국에 강한 비가 내릴 것으로 예상됩니다. 강한 비가 내리니 안전사고에 유의하시고 주말간 계획하였던 일정에 참고하시기 바랍니다. 네. When it comes to our traffic, congestion on 번영로 from 문현 interchange towards 광안 tunnel, also congestion on 대교로 from 봉래 junction going towards 세관 three-way intersection. And then we have slow-moving traffic on 반송로 from 연산 junction going towards 과정 junction. Also slow-moving traffic on 관문대로 from 삼락 interchange going towards 백양 tunnel. Everybody
Drive safe.
부탁드릴게요. 네, 오늘 로라 마지막 날입니다. 네, 그래서 진짜 문자가 지금 쏟아 들어오고 있거든요.
Yeah.
So we will get to hopefully those messages. Laura will get to them for sure, right?
I've read them all anyway already.
벌써요?
Yeah.
왜 이렇게 빨리 읽어요?
I love it.
네,
Give
keep
me all
those
that attention.
messages coming in. 네. But we are going to move on to today's
IOB 5분 상식. It's time for the final favorite of mine. IOB 5분 상식, getting you in the know, the most trending, useful, need-to-know words and expressions in the world. 5분만 들으면 주식이 뛰는 시간이죠.
네, 5분 상식은 로라 없이도 계속 컨티뉴는 될 겁니다. 그냥 오늘 로라의 파이널 5분 상식이고요. 네, 최근 탕후루가 열풍이잖아요. 탕후루에 대한 오해와 진실을 알아보도록 하겠습니다. 로라야, I came up with this amazing business idea.
Ah, Min-Soo, calm down. All right, what kind of ideas got you so excited?
All right, you're gonna be amazed when you hear this idea that I came up with.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it, so tell me quickly.
All right, don't be shocked, don't be surprised.
Okay.
Be ready, right? We're gonna become super rich. It's the 탕후루 business.
Okay, 소리 관심 없어. Don't care.
어?
Not interested.
But this is a business idea that I came up with that we could do together. Come on, you wanted to get in on something. Why the sudden change?
Listen, you know that I had a lot of cavities when I was young, and I really dislike things with excessive sugar because, it's bad for your health. Leads to diabetes or can and other health issues.
아니야. 탕후루는요, it's historically known to have been used as medicine in the past. So it's healthy food. Trust me.
그거 가. 아우, I hate the sticky things though. Yuck. No.
Oh, come on, Laura. Oh, please, let's do this together. 같이 하자. 아니면
안 돼. No.
그러면 돈만 내.
뭐?
돈 주세요. Invest in
됐다.
me and 탕후루.
What?
같이 안 할 거면 돈이라도. 네.
알았어.
자, 탕후루's popularity is still on fire here in Korea. There's a bunch of stores being set up, booths everywhere, right? 50 of them were set up in just the month of February, right? And now have surpassed 300 in just about 5 months. So the craze is continuing. When did 탕후루 first start being consumed? And is it true that 탕후루 was once used as medicine?
So, first of all, 탕후루 무슨 말인지 몰랐어요. I'd never heard of this, right?
맞아, 저도 탕후루 보기 전까지 뭔지 몰랐어요.
Yeah, right? So in the late 12th century, during the southern Song dynasty, Emperor Gwangsong's concubine, Hwang Huibi, cured her illness with sugar-coated mountain ash berries, or is said to have cured her English with these mountain ash berries. And then this marked the beginning of 탕후루, which originates from the medicinal use of sugar in China. So during the Song dynasty, a book called 당상보 or 당상보 discussed sugar-related topics. So sugar wasn't just a sweetener, but it was also regarded as a therapeutic remedy believed to cool the body and restore its balance by taking away or clearing away heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on to then another bit of controversy. Is it safe to eat 탕후루? Because, it's coated with sugar on the outside. It's 딱딱해 and everything. Is it good from a health perspective?
Well, I mean, 탕후루's sugar content is not as high as you might think. I mean, it contains, for example, less than a can of soda. Shine Muscat 탕후루 contains 21.1 grams of sugar. Strawberry 탕후루, 9.9 grams. So these figures are lower than compared to like typical beverages, sodas, etc., sold in these franchise cafes. However, it's still a lot of sugar. Daily sugar intake limit is around 50 grams. So if you're having, Shine Muscat 탕후루, that's almost half, or that's like 2/5 of your sugar content. So I would say, it's not great for your health.
Yeah. And it's because, with 탕후루, you could eat so many of them because the fruit, it's like bite-sized usually.
맛있다.
Like strawberry, grape, and whatnot.
맛있다.
그래요. 그만큼 설탕이랑 같이 먹으면 안 좋을 것 같아요.
맞아요.
근데
맛있다.
맛있어요. 맛있어요. 맞아요.
슈거르니까.
네. 과거 중국 송나라 때 약으로 쓰였던 탕후루는 사이다 한 캔보다 당류 함량이 낮습니다. 그러나 한 번에 너무 많이 먹지 않도록 주의해 주세요.
네.
오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 교회종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래, 라디오.
네가 저번 주에 온 심참인 것 같네.
22번 홀리면
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요. 오늘은
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for TGIF Live Studio. Wah.
네.
Gina's in the house.
No. You are
Gina는
wrong.
아니에요.
네, Gina will not be with us for the next couple of weeks as she is on vacation. A very much needed one, but somebody to fill her place. And this person is backed by Gina.
Yes.
Gina 씨의 OK를 받고
네.
초대한 분입니다. So you know he's going to be good.
맞습니다.
네. 김재산 씨 안녕하십니까?
반갑습니다. Hello everyone.
Hi. 재산 씨, can you introduce yourself to our listeners, please? 자기소개 부탁드릴게요.
반갑습니다. 저는 부산에서 이렇게 노래하고 있는 JSAN 제이산이라는 이름으로 부산 여기저기서 노래하고 있는 김재산입니다. 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. It's a fresh take because we've had years of Gina, right, coming on every Friday and singing, and now we have this fresh kind of like new voice. So I'm
재산 씨가
really 네.
목소리가 완전 허스키하네요.
네네네. 벌써부터 네 말할 때부터 너무 기대되는데요.
좋다.
재산 씨, so like we said, 진아 씨가 컨펌을 드리고 이분 일단 제가 없는 동안 걱정하지 마시고 이분이 퀄리티가 그만큼 좋다고
높아요.
들었거든요.
엄청 높다고.
네, 조금 부담이 되죠.
엄청 부담됩니다. 저도 진아 씨의 그 실력을 워낙 알다 보니
네.
근데 부담 가지 마세요. 걱정 가지 마세요. 왜냐하면요, 우리는 첫 번째로 노래 부를 거예요. 그래서 100%
오프닝이 있습니다.
망하고
네.
그다음에 it can only go up from there.
네.
생각하시면 됩니다.
네. 그래서 진아 씨가 항상 우리 스튜디오 나갈 때요. 지금 어깨가 이만큼 이렇게 올라와 있고 그만큼은 좀 잘한 것 같지? 왜냐면 저희들이 오프닝이니까.
맞아요.
네. 근데 여러분, you have to wait a little bit for 재산 씨 to sing because once again, we do have to do the opening show.
We do.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. You
Yeah.
kept it a secret
so
for me.
I
From
chose today's song, and I don't know why, but this song felt so fitting as like the last song I dedicate to you. But I actually want you to sing this with me.
Is it Forgot About Dre?
No, it's not. Forget about it. It's not a rap song. 네. But you sound so disappointed now.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk. They got
근데
something
우리
to
한 번
say.
했잖아요. 우리 Forget About Dre 한 번 했잖아요. So Laura, as the last performance
Yeah.
for you, and I'm going to do it with you actually, right? I had brought Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody today.
Oh my gosh. Are you nuts? Okay.
This is a fun song I think we could do, funly together.
Funly.
Funly together.
Badly.
And I don't know why. It sounds like to me, Bohemian Rhapsody has always been like a farewell kind of goodbye song.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the lyrics.
Okay.
I thought. 그래서 오늘 여러분 prepare for a show. Because I know you know this song very well. 재산 씨도 이 곡 아시죠? Bohemian
워낙
Rhapsody.
유명하니까.
그쵸? Right? So this is my goodbye to you through song, and you're gonna sing along with me. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Are we singing? Do we have parts, or are we just
아니,
singing
we're just
it?
gonna go crazy with it, right? I'll
알았어.
point and you point if you want me to sing,
Okay.
right? So, 너무 기대가 되네요. Here we go. You ready?
I'm always ready, born ready.
Yeah. Wait.
Where's
why-
the reverb?
Oh, let me give you
That's
the
not
reverb.
reverb.
There we
Minsu,
go.
you're not ready.
There we go. Here we go.
Is this just fantasy? Why are you not singing?
No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy.
Cause it's easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
To me.
I need to put my headphones up. I can't hear it.
Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama,
'cause nothing really matters. This is horrendous. I love
아니야,
it.
잘하고 있어요. You take
Me?
this.
It's not my key. Too late. My time has come. Send shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, the wind blows. I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me.
Galileo, Galileo, Magnifico.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go?
Bismillah, no, we will not let you go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. We'll not let you go. We'll not let you go.
Let me go. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia.
Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has the devil put aside for me, for me, for me.
자, 갈게요.
So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here.
로라, 마지막으로 하세요, 마무리.
Really? No? Anyone can see nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Ready? Last bit. Anywhere the wind blows.
조금 미치겠다.
Thank you.
힘들다, 힘들어.
That was so stupid. That was
너무
amazing.
재밌었어요.
That was-
네. 제사지 어땠어요? 죄송해요, 제사지 이거 참.
아니에요.
처음인데 이렇게.
Welcome to
What?
Inside Out Busan. 네.
Yeah.
조금 더 긴장되기 시작했어요. 앞에는
다행입니다.
완벽한 듀엣을 들려주셔가지고
이거 우리 한 번도 연습 안 하고 로라 제가 심지어 이거 한다고 말을 안 했어요.
Yeah,
지금 완전 즉석으로.
no idea.
아이고 로라, so my farewell to
고마워요.
you. 네, 이걸 dedicate. I don't know why I wanted to dedicate this song to you.
재밌었어요. 완전
네.
재밌었어요.
근데 이거를 마지막 우리 TGIF 라이브 스튜디오 기억으로 남기고 싶었어요.
Okay,
For
yeah,
you.
it's good.
A slew of messages coming in saying that they are in for a treat, as Haeyeon님 says.
Oh, Haeyeon님, you text me, but I didn't text you back. Sorry.
The chemistry,
text you.
right? That also the people are commenting on. 근데 여러분, 이게 메인 쇼 아닙니다. 오늘 우리 재산 씨의 첫 출연으로 재산 씨 오늘은 무슨 노래를 부를 거예요?
오늘 정말 긴장되네요.
아닙니다. 네,
긴장하지
편하게 하시면
마세요.
됩니다.
제가 준비한 곡은 레이첼 야마가타라는 가수의 듀엣이라는 곡 준비.
좋죠. 레이첼 야마가타. 원래 이거 두 명의 노래인데 오늘은 너무 기대됩니다.
네.
재산 씨 바로 시작할게요.
네.
괜찮겠죠?
네.
Here we go.
Oh, lover, hold on till I come back again. For these arms are growing tired, and my tail's wearing thin. If you're patient, I will surprise. When you wake up, I'll have come. All the anger will settle down. We'll go do all the things we should have done. Yes, I remember what we said as we lay down in bed. I'll be here if you will only come back home. Oh, lover, I'm lost because the road I've chosen beckons me away. Oh, lover, done you wrong. Now I'm fighting words I never thought I'd say. But I remember what we said as we lay down to bed. I'll forgive you, oh, if you just come back home. Oh, lover, I'm old. You'll be out there and be thinking just of you. And I will find you down the road. We'll return back home to where we meant to be. I remember what we said as we lay down to bed. We'll be back as soon as we make history.
목소리
너무 좋아. 너무
이게
좋았어.
오랜만에 이게 그 소름이 있잖아요. 뭐라 그러지?
진짜.
Like this tingly feeling that you get.
재사님 영어 하세요? 조금만 그러면은 한국말로 할게요. 배용권님, does he use a different microphone? 다른 마이크로폰이 사용하고 있냐고. 아니요.
신기하게
그만큼
소리가
신기하게
나오니까.
예쁘게.
네.
또는 사랑도님 생 superb voice 목소리가 완전 대단합니다. 그리고 커스님 이렇게.
깜짝
하는
놀라
거고.
목소리로. 아이고. 근데 여러분, 재산 씨 will be with us for the next couple of weeks actually, right? As Gina is away.
To listen in on a Friday.
So you're gonna have to tune in for some, like Laura, on a Friday. 근데 재산 씨 너무 감사하고요. 너무 기대됩니다. 앞으로 몇 번 더 이 목소리를 들을 수 있잖아요.
맞아요.
Right?
너무 좋았어요.
So folks, you're gonna have to tune in every Friday to check out 재산 씨's voice.
예, 재선 씨 고맙습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 다음 주 뵙겠습니다.
다음 주 뵙겠습니다.
And that'll do it for the first hour. We'll see you back here at 7.
We'll be back at 7. Until then, enjoy our opening signal again.
다운이 실내 건조.
실내 건조 냄새가 걱정되면
세제까지 다운이 실내 건조 콤보. 2배 탈취 성분으로 냄새 얼룩 제거는 물론 흡착 방지까지. 비가 와도 햇볕에 말린 것 같아. 다운이 실내 건조 콤보. 괜찮아 괜찮아 조금 불편해도 환경을 위해 너무 괜찮아. 일회용 대신 머그컵 비닐봉지 대신 에코백 물티슈 대신 손수건. 우리의 실천 하나하나 모여 세상을 바꿔요. 깨끗한 세상 플라스틱 제로 일회용품 제로 함께해서 참 좋은 우리의 시민 불편한
이 캠페인은 부산환경공단이 함께합니다.
안녕하세요. 운동 유튜버 심으뜸입니다. 요즘 친환경에 필요한 게 뭔지 아세요? 바로 내 몸.
밖에선 한정거장 거리 정도는 걷기. 유산소 운동 효과에 탄소 배출 감소 효과까지. 안에선 안 쓰는 플러그 뽑기 스쿼트. 하체 근력 강화 효과에 기후변화 방지 효과까지.
어때요? 효과 확실하죠? 몸 좀 움직였을 뿐인데 건강도 아끼고 환경도 아끼고 친환경 피지컬 함께 시작해볼까요?
공익광고 협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다. 로라 민수의 인사이드 아웃 부산.
This is the noisy hour.
It's supposed to be the
Today.
quiet hour,
But
right?
only today I'm going to make it the noisy hour.
맞아요.
Welcome back to the second half of Inside Out Busan. You know, today is the most important day of Inside Out Busan ever.
Yes.
It's my last day.
It's history
In the
making
making.
day.
Yeah.
It's a history making day.
Also, it doesn't really matter that much. It's not really that
아니요,
important.
중요하죠.
Well, the thing is, though, lots and lots of people texting in and saying, no, but actually, I'm not leaving BEFM. I'll still be here. I'm still going to come and annoy Minsu and, like, go in.
She's just not welcome on Inside Out.
Well, I'm going to be in the studio. I'm going to come in and break into the studio and, like, put my face in so you can see me now and again. But I
네.
just won't be here every night. That's
네.
it. That's all.
그렇죠.
You know?
So, but it's goodbye from, I guess, IOB and, the years that you've been on the show. It's going to be a big change,
맞아요.
right?
Anyway, let's not
real
be
quick, I
sad.
want to read a message that came in from 9085님. 로라님, 목소리 7, 8년을 들은 것 같습니다. 많이 허전할 것 같아요. 항상 행복하세요.
항상 행복하세요.
네, 9085님 has been listening to you for the past 7, 8 years, right?
Yeah, I've been here for almost 10 years.
맞아요. 그래서
신기하네.
맞아요.
고맙습니다.
로라 없다는 게 조금 많이 허전할 수도 있어요.
맞아요. But you just have to come to all of the BEFM events, and then I'll be there.
You'll probably see her there, right? We can't get her away.
You can't get rid of me. They're like, 제발 오지 마. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
맞아요. So, second hour of our show, we're going to kick things off with On the Mic.
On the mic, this is where our reporters head out into the world and interview you, our listeners. So let's see who's on the mic today.
네, 오늘은 한적한 산책길의 시민 한 분을 만나보겠습니다. 네, 자기소개 한 번만 부탁드릴게요.
그냥 이 근처에 사는 달맞이국에 사는 시민이거든요.
네.
그냥 주부예요.
아, 그러시구나. 오늘 어떤 일과 보내셨는지 궁금해요.
어저께가 온산에 있는 장날이어서 제가 어저께 파를 한 묶음 사가지고 오늘 파김치를 담는다고 한 4시간 동안 파를 깠거든요. 그리고 파 다 까고 파김치 담아놓고 그리고 남편 기다려갖고 이렇게 식사 준비해가지고 밥 먹고 이제 낮에는 그냥 소소한 집안일 하고 지금은 산책 겸 살도 좀 뺄 겸 해갖고 지금 마구 돌아다니고 있어요.
그러시구나. 체중 감량을 목표하시고 계신 건가요?
아니요, 그거는 부수적인 거고 사실은 건강이 좀 안 좋았거든요. 건강을 좀 더 챙기고자 지금 하고 있죠.
지금 많이 건강이 호전된 상태시고요.
저는 다 나았지만 다신 아프고 싶지가 않아서
맞아요.
걷는 거는 건강해지기 위해서 하는 건데 내가 그거보다 조금 더 이제 살도 좀 뺄 겸 해서 조금 더 무리해서 운동하고 있는 중이죠.
일석이조로.
네. 다행스럽게 지금 제가 한 거의 10kg 이상을 뺐거든요. 체력도 많이 좋아지고 이제 아프지도 않고. 근데 정말 걷는 게 이렇게 좋은 건 줄 알았으면 저거 정말 미리 했을 텐데 정말 저는 걷는 거하고 이렇게 조금 운동하는 게 많이 내 삶에 조금 플러스가 됐다고 하나?
그렇구나. 지금 평소에 어느 정도씩 걷고 계실까요?
보통 한 12,000보에서 8,000보에서 12,000보 정도 사이 걷고 그다음에 한 1시간 반에서 2시간 사이만 걷고 아니 조금 더 걸으니까 그 다음날 일에 지장이 있더라고. 못 일어날 정도로 다리가 아픈 거예요. 그래서 처음 걸을 때는 쪽막 근염인가 그것도 걸려보고 무릎도 좀 안 좋고 그러더니 지금은 이제 거의 이렇게 운동한 지가 거의 11개월쯤 됐거든요. 그러니까 정말 저는 건강을 조금 찾은 느낌이에요.
11개월 동안 걷기만으로 10kg 감량하신 건가요?
워낙 운동을 안 해가지고 그러니까 조금씩 하다 보니까 이제 재미가 있으니까 그게 제 일상에서 이 운동은 빼먹지 않는 숙제 같은 거 날마다 하는 숙제 이런 거.
걷는 건 진짜 좋은 것 같아요. 내 건강도 챙기지만 되게 내 마음도 리프레시 될 수 있고 여러모로
생각도 깊어지고 오늘 할 내일 뭐 어떻게 해야 되겠다 하는 거 그런 거 정리도 되고 그래서 저는 아침 운동보다는 밤 운동을 더 좋아하거든요. 물론 아침에는 게을러서 더 자고 있겠지만
맞아요. 하루 일과를 좀 떠올리고 마무리하면서 걷는 산책하는 거 정말 좋은 것 같아요.
자기 전에 샤워 그리고 침대에 딱 누웠을 때 그거는 정말 행복하다는 걸 느낄 수 있어요. 그건 정말 내가 왜 미리 이걸 운동을 안 했지 하는 생각이 들어요. 제가 지금 나이가 많거든요. 사실은 젊은 나이는 아닌데 지금도 그런 늦었구나 했을 때 시작하는 게 맞다는 게 저는 지금 느껴요. 좀 그런 편이에요. 즐거워요.
모두가 자신에게 집중하면서 걷는 시간을 하루에 꼭 만들었으면 좋겠네요.
정말이에요. 저 정말 제가 운동하는 걸 뒤에서 보면 사람도 저 여자 이상하다 할 정도로 막 움직이면서 진짜 누구만 발광을 하면서 움직이거든. 왜 기왕에 걸으니까 운동을 하니까 기왕이면 팔꿈치도 좀 빼보고 팔뚝도 좀 빠지고 보고 그러려고 남들이 봤을 때 저 이제 이상하다 하지만 내는 정말 열심히 내 일에 집중하면서 정말 해요.
온몸을 흔들며 걸으시는군요.
맞아요. 음악도 80년대 그 뭐라면 춤곡만 딱 그래가지고 완전 그것만 하면서 걸어요. 너무 재밌어요.
걷는 것 말고 요새 나를 좀 행복하고 즐겁게 하는 게 있다 하면 뭐가 있을까요?
제가 사실은 집에서는 꼭 2-3시간 눈 때문에 2-3시간은 자수를 놔요. 그래갖고 내가 들고 다닐 수 있는 가방을 제가 만들거든요. 그것도 너무 행복해요. 왜냐면 만들어져 가는 과정이 다 보이고 가방을 만들어서 들고 하면 그건 전 우주에서 하나밖에 없는 거거든요. 정말 재밌어요. 그것도.
내 손으로 만든 뭔가는 더 소중하고 특별해지는 것 같아요. 그렇구나. 언젠가 만드신 가방 꼭 보고 싶네요.
지금 사진에는 있는데 자랑하는 것 같으니 그걸 들면 더 이뻐요.
그러시구나. 그러면 이제 가을 다가오고 추석이 다가오고 있는데요. 하반기에 바라는 거 혹시 있으신지 궁금합니다.
좀 경기가 좋아지시면 좋겠어요. 왜냐면 내 남편이 하는 일이 잘 됐는데 이번 연도부터 들어와서 영 좀 힘들거든요. 그래서 우리 남편이 힘들면 사실은 사회 전반적으로 다 힘들다는 뜻이거든요. 그래서 정말 경기가 좀 조금 좋아졌으면 하는 그런 바람이고, 그다음 내 개인적으로는 조금만 더 이제 이 건강함을 유지했으면 하는 그거예요.
사실 건강이 기본이라서 건강해야 모든 걸 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
이게 아파 보니까 이거 소중함을 안다는 게 정말 가슴에 와닿을 정도로 힘들었었어요. 한 코로나 시즌에 맞춰서 저는 아팠거든요. 그게 다행스럽게 남들 다 안 돌아다닐 때 나도 아파서 다행스럽게 잘 했는데도 잃어보니까 뭐 물질이고 뭐고 다 필요 없고 돈이야 뭐 이렇게 아이고 살만 하니까 저런 소리 한다 할지는 몰라도 그래도 최고로 중요한 게 건강인 것 같아요. 자기 몸.
저희가 한 몇 년 동안 코로나 때문에도 건강의 중요성을 정말 더 많이 깨달았잖아요. 네, 정말 건강 잘 모두 챙기시면서 하반기 맞았으면 좋겠습니다. 혹시 라디오를 빌어서 한마디 전하고 싶은 분 있으실까요?
갑자기 그러니까 아무 생각은 없는데 진짜 술 잘 먹는 우리 남편한테 제발 금주 좀 해라고. 담배도 문제인데 진짜 술도 진짜 문제예요. 그것만 잘 지켜주면 좋겠어요.
그것만 잘 지키면 너무 멋진 남편이다.
당연하죠. 버릴 거 없는 남자예요.
네. 그럼 마지막으로 이 부산 영어방송 청취자분들께 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
다른 게 아니라 지금 이 순간이 가장 중요한 거예요. 다음의 행복을 위해서 뭐 지금 안 해야겠다 뭐 이런 거는 정말 소용없는 일이에요. 지금 당장 할 일은 지금 하세요. 운동이든 일이든 마음이든 누구한테 고백할 일이든 지금 당장 now 그게 제일
now.
네, 그게
저희 함께 외쳐볼까요? 하나, 둘, 셋. Right now. 감사합니다.
Oh, that was adorable. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jisoo, our reporter. And of course, to our interviewee.
Yeah.
Wanted to remain anonymous.
Just a little bit, right? But she lives around the 달맞이 area and was just out on a stroll, and Jisoo happened to track her down.
Yo, talk to me. I love it. She's a resident and full-time housewife in 달맞이
네.
area. And she said that she'd had dinner with her husband.
Yeah.
And they had like 신파김치?
맞아요. 파김치.
파김치. But she had like newly made 파김치.
진짜. Like new, like you know, 파김치 with like the just like you know in that little tub thing, right? And it, like they just made a couple hours ago with all the 양념 on it, and it's like the pa super fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, heaven.
But I find that pa gets stuck in your teeth really easily.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to chew, you know?
Just a little bit, and you know 그 매콤함이 갑자기 확 올 때도 있거든요. for pa. Oh, but that's what it lived for. 네.
Anyway, and they went for exercise. They went for a little stroll.
Just for a walk.
Yes.
And, you know, Jisoo just got to just talking with her. And, of course, our guest shared a little bit about her life. She mentioned, you know, because she was out walking, she had started doing this because of health reasons.
Yeah.
And she mentioned in almost a year, she lost 10 kilograms.
Just by walking.
Just by walking.
Naturally, just by walking.
Yeah.
맞아요.
And because she kept it up for, you know, a good amount of time, no rebound. Right? Which is pretty good, I
it's
think.
a sustainable way of taking weight off, and that's so smart.
Yeah.
You've got 11 months, 10 kilos. That's like just slow and steady.
네. 자, 여러분. 걸으면서 그렇게 살을 그렇게 뺄 수 있다? Well, let's listen to the tips that our guest provided. She mentioned she takes large strides, right? So not these tiny ones. I guess because larger, if you make sure you take large strides, that means I do think you put in more effort and use more energy in that sense, right? It's almost like she's dancing as she walks, she says.
Yes, absolutely. And she says also, I mean, people might think she looks a bit odd, but she likes to listen to an 80s playlist. And just like dance in the street. Bah, bah. I would like to walk
절대로
with her.
이상하지 않습니다.
좋은데.
I do that every day.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song to stride to?
To stride
I
to?
feel like you're not a strider. I feel like you're more like a shuffle.
Like, no. Like when I go on my power walks and I do the arm lifting thing.
Do you?
I do.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Ask Tegan. She's seen me a couple times out of Guangali.
Taken so you're Guangali.
But you know, a lot of times, I don't know. My ABBA is my go-to a lot of the times.
Really?
On those walks.
I love it.
Right?
I love it.
So there's nothing wrong with 80s music. And she says besides her walks, she takes great pleasure in crafting. She even makes her own bags. Right?
Yeah.
Very efficient she is.
I like that. My favorite thing was she was giving her husband some 잔소리.
근데 잔소리보다 it's like, you know, like
사랑.
that one kind of wish she has for her
Yeah.
husband. Like she doesn't care about anything but just this one thing.
담배 끊어.
네.
술도 끊어.
술, 담배 끊는 거. 그러면 그만큼 와이프분이 남편의
오래오래
건강을 네, 건강하게 잘 살고 싶어서 그렇게 말하는 거죠.
맞아요.
Yeah. And her final message to our listeners, yeah, do it right now.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking of, right? Any action and activity that you want to partake in, anything on your mind, do it right now.
지금.
As Laura is doing right now.
지금 해야지. You gotta do
on
it.
the last show.
What am I doing? What am I doing right now?
What?
What am I doing?
You're on the last show of Inside
Yes.
Busan.
Indeed. So if you
you're
have
doing
something you want to do, just do it.
You're quitting
You have to do it.
on me.
I'm quitting this show. I'm quitting you. I can't quit you.
Can't quit you. No, but
It's a
yeah.
Brokeback Mountain reference for anyone who didn't know.
Just encouraging message overall on today's On the Mic. Thank you so much.
It was beautiful.
네.
Speaking of encouraging messages, 사랑도23님 saying, we'll miss Laura on Inside Out Busan with a little purple heart. Oh,
네.
I'll miss you too.
맞아요.
I really will.
네.
But I'll be here.
You keep saying that, so you're gonna
I mean,
it's like
in your heart.
oh, there
I'll
you
be
go. So you
here.
got to be clear on that, right?
In your heart.
Today's my last day, but I'll be here.
I'll be here. Not here,
그렇죠.
but like I'll be here.
Thank you so much. That was today's On the Mic.
It was indeed. Let's play a song.
네.
What is your next choice?
I also dedicate this to you. I don't know why.
This is really depressing, this song. It's not a Friday song, but anyway, let's take it away.
네. What do you have?
Sinead O'Connor, Nothing
네.
Compares to You.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues. 'Cause nothing compares to you. It's been so lonely without you here. Like fence, mama, in the backyard. All night it went away. I know that living with your baby was sometimes hard, but I'm willing to give it another try. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you.
Oh, that was a really beautiful song. And rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Classics, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
This
sad.
year, too.
Yeah, very recently.
Right?
Very recently.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs, and that's probably one of her most iconic songs, I would say, especially the music video where she's singing into the camera with her shaved head,
맞아요.
black and white. Very beautiful,
Yeah.
very haunting. And she was musical renegade, not just musical renegade, but really kind of, stuck it to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And particularly most recently, too, I think.
And just influenced a lot of people.
Yeah.
And yeah, beautiful voice, beautiful soul.
Hmm.
Love that.
Just something about, I don't know, her shaved head that might have reminded me of you for some reason. I don't know why, so I dedicated.
Make me laugh after I said something really heartfelt that I
Yeah.
think about a musician that I really respect.
I don't know why I chose, but like I thought this song.
Something about her shaved head
Yeah.
reminded you of me.
No, but it's the title. Nothing compares
Is
to
it because
you.
I got an undercut? It's growing out now.
Oh,
It looks-
maybe.
It looks like a duck's butt.
Maybe because I know early on, like your undercut was very like prominent.
It was a Sinead. It was only a half Sinead. I didn't get the top.
It was like
Sinead.
party on top and then like business on the
business
sides.
business underneath.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought I was not business, but the business was underneath the whole time. But it looks. Do you want to see it now? It looks like a duck's butt. Let me show you. I can't. Oh, I don't really want to take my hat off because my hair is incredibly dirty. But
Oh, there you go. Oh, you grew it out a lot, actually.
duck's butt.
Yeah. Quack quack.
We're like the same person, Minsu.
그래 말이에요. You know what? I think this is good for us.
That we're leaving, taking
Right.
some time apart.
Exactly.
I wanted to sing Tony.
좋니,
이제
임종신.
괜찮니? 너무 힘들었잖아.
That song works too, but it works like afterwards. So that's something that I would like sing by myself after you're gone.
Well, don't do that. I want to sing it. I want to sing it to you. Maybe I'll sing it on the phone. I'll call you up.
Yeah. How about we sing it separately? Like I'll sing it like on a Friday and you like sing it while you're at home.
Well, that's not fun for me. Rubbish.
그렇죠.
I see my own head on the camera here. It's got a little bit of lag. It looks cute.
There's a couple seconds of lag, but yeah,
It's a little duck's butt.
that it's working for you, right?
Ducks are not as smelly as chickens, so I'm glad it's not as chicken butt. But I would like to eat some chicken. Did you order chicken? We're not allowed, are we?
Yeah, unfortunately not allowed here, but your dream will come true like on your way out of the studio.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Someone going to deliver chicken to me on my way out?
I don't know if we could time it correctly. I want you to eat it at your leisure,
Okay.
right? So
I'll
it's
eat it at my leisure later on.
Nah. Enjoy
Thanks
while
very
you're
much.
crying.
Crying into my free chicken.
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
7:22 here in the studio on the last day of Laura here at Inside Up Busan, folks.
It is.
Should we tell them how hot it is outside?
Okay, it's 29. It's 29 degrees.
맞아요.
Steve, are you incorrect or are you correct? It's really 29 degrees outside?
I mean, I believe it.
That's
it was
nuts.
It was like muggy today.
It was really muggy today.
Well, he says currently it's now 26.
26.
Yeah.
Steve, this is a typo.
You know what? I'm going to believe that
I
it was
love you
29 when he
too.
made the script, but all of a sudden there's a 3-degree drop.
Yeah, of course. Of course
Yeah.
it was.
That's what happened.
26 degrees here in Busan on average. Morning lows of 24. Afternoon highs of 32 in some regions. Very hot tomorrow. Although rain is expected, and it's strong rain expected nationwide from tomorrow afternoon all the way until the day after tomorrow. Heavy rain, so please do be careful. Safety accidents, etc. Look out for the alerts that will come through your phone and just stay safe.
이번 주말은 내일 오후부터 모레까지 전국에 강한 비가 내릴 것으로 예상됩니다. 강한 비가 내리니 안전사고에 유의하시고 주말간 계획했던 일정에 참고하시기 바랍니다. Right? You don't want to be caught off guard. I didn't know. Well, Minsu and Laura told you. When it comes to our traffic, we have congestion on Nakdong-Punglo from Gupo Bridge going towards Gupo Bridge Junction. Also congestion on Name Expressway from Daejeon Bungijeom going towards Mandok Interchange. Slow-moving traffic on Byeonglo from Munyeon Interchange going towards Gwangan Tunnel. Everybody,
Drive safe.
부탁드릴게요.
When I was driving back from my work before I came here, my other work, there was like a 5-car pileup inside the tunnel coming towards Haeundae, coming towards Centum. Yeah, and so there was like fire engines coming through, and I shed a little tear because I get emotional at things like this. We were driving, then everybody like moved out the way. And everybody was like really trying their best to get out the way for the emergency services to come through. Cause there was, like 3 fire trucks, there was 2 ambulances, 3 police cars. It was like really big. And so I was worried about what we were going to drive past. Thankfully, it didn't look as serious as I thought it had looked. There didn't seem to be like any urgency so much.
Yeah.
But I shed a little tear. I was like, oh, you guys, I'm so proud of us moving out the way.
And that's something
It's
that a lot
nice.
of people do point out, you know, because a lot of times, like on freeways, you know, that happens and they're surprised. Like, we should be doing this in our country too.
Yeah.
But right?
It's beautiful.
맞아요. Beautiful indeed. 7:25. It's Friday and it's the second hour of our show.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means it's time for our very, very patient guest for Open Studio to actually get some airtime. Yes, indeed. Every Friday at this time, or actually normally earlier than this time, we have a guest in our studio for Open Studio. And today we have someone who is no stranger to BEFM. It's Boyd Tressler. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Evening, Chris.
It is wonderful to be here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you.
Do you want to directly introduce yourself to our listeners, please?
My name is Christopher Boyd Tressler. I am from the United States. I've been in Korea since 2011. And I do a lot of things around Busan. So.
Yeah.
Quite a resume you have. So Steve, our writer, put you down as a professor, also a musician, and you do also a little bit of writing and acting.
Yeah, and a lot, all of that. It keeps me out of trouble. Is what it does.
And that's what's most important, right?
Yeah.
It's important to
You have
stay
stuff
out of
to
trouble.
like focus on, because if you have nothing to do, that's when trouble creeps up.
Yeah. Trouble finds you, right? Chris, it's not a strange thing to see you around Busan because you are involved in so many different things. But one thing I definitely want to check in on a little bit later is Busan Beat magazine because we've not heard much about that. So I'd love that to be a focal point. But why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners? Tell us who you are, more of it, all about your work. Give us everything.
All about my work. All right. So I currently am a professor of English conversation at Busan University. I teach mostly beginner English conversation classes as well as some intermediate classes. We do a lot of one-on-one work or small groups in the evenings and in the mornings. So I'm a coordinator there, so I'm really trying to do my best to keep the program running, coordinate between our lovely staff and the faculty. I also am a musician. I currently am playing with a Latin salsa band as well as
spicy.
a large 60-piece choir that we practice on Mondays. I write music, so one of the things that we have done is I wrote a piece for called Jindaegot, Korean piece for this choir, and we performed it last year at our big concert during the year. As well as I also write for the Busan Beat magazine, as you mentioned, and we just had a issue come out for our August spring-summer edition, and we're starting working on our fall and winter edition as well.
Where do you find the time?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of stuff, right? So you came to Korea in 2011, but you didn't come to Busan right away, right? Where did you start off at?
I started out working for a large hagwon chain in Suwon, Yeongdong. For those of you who don't know, Suwon, Yeongdong is about an hour and a half by bus away from Seoul.
I used to live in Suwon. That's where I went first off when I came.
Really?
In 2011.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Same place? We didn't run into each other
We
then?
didn't run into each other. Small.
What if you guys were on like the same bus?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But you never know, right? So you worked in Suwon, and then a year later you moved down to Busan,
Yeah.
right? What made you make the decision?
Well, one of the things that I liked about Suwon is that it was very small and quiet. And at some point it just got to be a little bit too small and too quiet.
You and I didn't live in the same Suwon then. I was down
Because I was
at
going
the-
to say, if Laura was there, maybe you'd probably kicked her out then.
Yeah, no, it wasn't quiet. I hung about with, I had a few friends in the military over there, and we used to girls' town all over the place.
Yeah. Where I was though was by Gyeonggi-dae, the university, and other than the university, there wasn't much going on over in that area.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty much I would make a trip down to Hwasong, and I love the fortress,
Yeah.
Hwasong Fortress.
And then the market right next to it, it was just so good.
But it was a long trek to get there from where I was, so.
I feel like that might have been a good transition, being in a new country and everything. Because everything smacks you right in the face all at once, right? It might have been a little burdensome. So, but like that quiet area, and then you ease into the city life of Korea.
Suwon was my first experience of grown Korean men in business suits holding hands walking down the street.
Oh.
Yeah, singing songs.
That's a normal thing.
I loved it.
It's a very normal
It's
thing.
a
loved
very
it so
fun thing.
much, yeah.
Especially with the sparkly ties.
Yes.
And a lot of them are clip-ons actually.
Yeah.
Right? Just to let you know. So you moved down to Busan doing everything that you listed for our listeners. Our writer Steve also told us that you really enjoy Busan because of all the opportunities for events and activities, festivals and stuff like that. Yeah, tell us a bit about
there's
that.
so much. There's something going on almost every single week, and definitely something every single month. I mean, starting in October, we've got the film festival coming on, as well as the fireworks festival. December, we've got the Christmas Lights Festival. January, we've got our annual Polar Bear Plunge, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's always something to do.
Yeah.
And so much, and a lot of it is free to the public. It's not, you don't have to pay or anything. So you're always having something that you can do. And that's one of the things that's really nice about Busan.
I agree. And not even those large events, but even if you go down to certain areas, you're gonna stumble upon a flea market, you're gonna stumble upon some sort of, I don't know, event at Bexco. There's always something on at
there's
Bexco.
always something going on.
There's something on at Nurimaru Ikpek House, at Haeundae Beach. There's always something happening. It's very
Always something to look
exciting.
forward to, and that helps, just the time go.
It helps you get through your sad days.
Right? It doesn't. All the events here in Busan keeps me from being alone at home, eating my jar of peanut butter.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. With a
I enjoy
spoon
that jar of peanut butter.
or just with a fist.
Right?
A little bit of
Nice.
chocolate bar in there.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect way to do
Oh,
it.
That
dip a
sounds
chocolate
good.
bar in a peanut butter. Ugh,
So
stop
this
it.
is I'm getting sidetracked, but don't throw away your jar of peanut butter or your, chocolate syrup or whatever. Rather, put some ice cream in it and mix it up, and that's how you finish it off.
Or warm milk, put it in, mix
Stir
it
it
up.
up.
Oh, that sounds good too, right? Life hack for you listeners. Nice. So you're in Busan. You mentioned your main job being a professor at PKNU, right?
Yep.
Tell us a bit about that. Like, did you like come to Korea thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing? You know, teaching English.
You know, when I came to Korea, it was the intention of teaching English. I came to this Hagwon, and you know, intended. I really just wanted to stay for a year or two in order to get my travel bug out of me. And then I was thinking of going back home or going and joining the Peace Corps and digging wells in Africa or doing something like that.
Wow.
But one of the things that a lot of expats discover when they come to Korea is that the people are nice and there's lots of opportunities that are just not available in at least my hometown or my home state.
Yeah.
I just recently had a movie come out like where I was an extra in it, and would never have been had the opportunity to do that. So it's just having these opportunities in this country is just really. Yeah, kind of amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what like a new place, a new setting does to you. Like you're more willing to try out stuff, right? I never thought of getting into radio like back home in California, right? Because there's probably a lot of people that do it better than me, but right? It's like something like, but you're here in Korea, like not just Korea, you're just in a new country, and you go, I mean, I'm here, why not?
Yeah.
I think that why not kind of mindset.
It takes you
Pops up more.
far. It really takes you far. That why not mindset. Also, just try. And I think when you travel, you've already got that kind of confidence boost where you think, well, I'm going to try different things because I'm in a new country. And so if you've already made that leap to travel somewhere else, completely out of your own culture, then you've kind of already stepped over the threshold of opportunity, right?
맞아요. For some people, it's like, why not? For other people, it's like, might as well. I'm already here, right?
Yeah.
But you arrive at the same destination, I feel like.
I've interviewed a lot of might as well people.
But then, like, they're like, they never, wanted to do this or try this, but then they they say they would have regretted it if they didn't do it.
You know, I love like yes as what like a yes day or a yes, like saying yes to everything.
Yeah, it's one of the
Yes,
things
man.
that comes with improvising in the theater. You have that
Yes, and
build off of the success that you've had before by agreeing to continue.
Yeah. Yes, and so being able to experience all of the things that life throws at you.
Yeah.
We're closed off to that when we're in our home countries, I
맞아요.
think.
So Chris, obviously living that life here in Korea and here in Busan. Let's touch a bit on what, Laura, you wanted to talk about.
Yes, and Busan Beat.
Yeah.
Now, we know about Busan Beat, but why not give us a little introduction to the magazine itself and then tell us what it is you do?
Well, the Busan Beat magazine is I believe it's currently the only print magazine focused on Busan, Busan tourism, Busan things that are going on in Busan. And the focus of the magazine is really just to introduce both Korean speakers who might not know the city as well as foreigners and English speakers to things that are going on in the city, to ways that the city, is amazing. So you have things like this edition. I did an interview with Sebastian Simon, who's a member of the Busan International Short Film Festival, which is not as well known as the Busan International Film Festival.
Yeah.
So just exposing that, like talking about the Lotte Giants and their history and the things that they do, not just like the baseball stats, but like their charitable work, their work with like UNICEF and all these other organizations, as well as taking a look at like smaller things like coffee shops around the city, places that you can take. You're looking for a coffee shop you want to take a date on, so you can focus on that. So we've got.
So to all of our listeners, if you're looking for a coffee shop that you want to take your date on, send us a message. Chris will tell you.
Or check out the Busan Beat magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also a good thing. Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah.
맞아요.
But yeah, this magazine has been going for several years, and currently we only have 2 editions. We have a spring, summer, and a fall, winter. But each one really focuses on providing the community with a general overview of what people can expect to be happening in those seasons.
I love that. I love that. That's fantastic.
Even me as a Korean citizen, as a Busanite, rather than going on the internet and searching stuff, I often, use Busan Beat or especially something geared in English, geared for maybe foreign, readers. And I get a lot of great ideas of stuff to do around the city. Right? And I've been here for last 14 years, 13, 14 years, and I still go to publications like that to get ideas.
Because you want to see what's out there, and it's not always fun to search the internet.
Yeah, it's hard.
맞다.
Yeah. And the internet, you could say anything. Right?
I hate the internet.
So as a reporter for Busan Beat magazine, is reporting and just writing articles like that has always been a passion of yours, or how'd you get into it?
Well, there's a gentleman, and I know you know him, is the name of Musa. Musa is just...
It's me, Musa!
Giant, larger-than-life, gregarious, and he was an editor for the Busan Beat magazine. And he approached me one time and said, hey, man, you want to write for the magazine? And really left me no choice but to write.
You can't say no to Musa. He's so sweet. You just can't say no.
And when I went in there, I've always enjoyed writing. I mean, one of the highlights of my writing career was the Busan EFM essay contest from 2016, I believe. That was, for some reason, I got the grand prize for that. But leading from that into this invitation from Musa to write an article for the Busan Beat magazine, and then really enjoying it, getting through the process of interviewing people, taking photos, getting the story down. Really, I got bit by that writer bug, and it wanted me to continue.
But you're a very creative person in general, so it doesn't surprise me that you would get into creating that narrative, creating that story with pictures and visual, and then having that finished piece and saying, okay, this is my contribution. Because you do that with music, you do that with many other things, with your English teaching as well. So it makes sense. To me, anyway. It makes sense completely.
And Musa probably knew you couldn't say no. He knows people can't say no to him.
I miss Musa. Remember Musa did a little dance back in the 2022 networking contest. He was up on the stage.
A bunch of people did a little dance.
Tegan did the worm.
Did a little dance. That's not a little dance. That was a big dance, actually. But yeah, good times. We also have the networking party coming up soon, right?
Tegan did the worm on the stage at the networking party. That was,
Chris, as we slowly start to wrap up our time with you, do you, right now, you do a lot. Do you have any other hobbies or interests that you want to get into, maybe?
That I want to get into.
Yeah.
I do a little dabble in photography. But that's more of just a side hustle. With my writing, I've been wanting to do work with novels and short stories and things like that. But there's so much to do. I do baking. I have started doing artwork. I recently met a woman who does stained glass and took some classes with her, and so that was quite nice.
Let's do some acting. Now that I've got all this free time on my hands because I quit this place, let's do some acting.
Yeah, we can get the Busan English Theater Association back up and running.
하자.
Yeah.
I'm a time 부자나.
Was that the organization that put on Shakespeare in the Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Shakespeare in the Park. It's been a couple of years, ever since Corona kind of did it in.
Yeah.
Our last one was in 2019 when we did The Importance of Being in Earnest over in the Suyong Cultural Park.
Cool.
That sounds fun to check out.
Coolio.
So if you want to see Laura in a wig,
I don't need a wig. Look at this hair.
you got to cover up that hair.
Look at this hair,
right?
girl.
I feel like hair that long. Oh, maybe in William Shakespeare's times.
Yeah.
So lots to do and lots to look forward to for you, Chris. So as we wrap up, any word of advice or maybe tips for people that want to enjoy the city even more? Because I know with everything that you do, you seem to, they all kind of synergize to make you enjoy life here in Busan even more. So any word of advice for our listeners?
I think the biggest thing is just go out and do things, see things. There's so much out there. There's so many opportunities for you to go out and partake in.
Yeah.
And the more opportunities that you partake in, the more opportunities come towards you. So sometimes it's a free activity where you're just like watching something, but other times you meet people, you network, you find others with similar interests, and one thing leads to another, and it provides you an opportunity that you never expected.
Yeah.
So say yes.
Say yes.
Say yes.
And. Yes, and. It's time for us to say goodbye, sadly.
And.
And thank you for that lovely
Thank you very
interview.
much.
And I'm
Yes.
sure we will see you very soon. What a lovely way to have the final, what do you call it, open studio.
You forgot about us already?
I forgot
Name
about
of the
the
segment?
title of it. I always forget all the titles.
Do you
of the
remember my
segments.
name
I
at
have to
least?
look. Min Shizzle.
Oh, there you go. Right, I'll
Min
accept
Shizzle,
that.
Min Nizzle. Bra.
Chris, thank you so much. We'll see you next
We'll
time.
see you next time.
See you next
Thanks,
time.
Chris. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
안녕하세요. 고품격 영어 방송 인사이드 아웃 부산의 품격 있는 라이터 스티브입니다. Winners of Inside Out Busan listeners participation segment will get full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. A place to entertain your brain and eyes. Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳. 뮤지엄 오브 일루전 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 언제나 맛있는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 인투 로스터리. Coffee voucher and a pack of fresh coffee whole beans sponsored by Into Roastery in Yangsan. A delicious brunch for two from Gorilla Brewing Busan, Gwangan branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다. 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. IOB와 함께하는 품격 있는 선물. It's all yours, listeners.
And you know, that's not going to be an ongoing thing after you leave, right? Unless our listeners enjoy it, because I could do a little scat if you want. I'm the scat man.
Remember that? That was insane.
Yeah, it was.
And it was very popular.
Yeah. Steve has no idea what we're talking about.
Scatman John, Steve.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
No idea.
I have no
Oblivious.
idea.
You have no idea.
No idea.
Steve, nice to see you in such tight pants.
Yes.
Those are very tight
Do I
trousers.
have to show them?
Steve, yes, I think you should.
You don't have to show them.
Look at those tight trousers.
There you go.
Steve has never worn these kind of trousers here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my first time.
I see that. And
Yeah.
listen, you're
feel
all
like-
kitted out for a run.
I feel like we have to blur out some stuff.
It's a little, but I mean, there's a little bit. It's a little bit. You know?
No.
Yes.
아니에요,
Anyway, let's get into it.
아니에요.
Steve, how are you?
I'm very good. 다음에 I was good.
You were good.
네.
Are you still good?
팬스
Not now.
얘기하고 나서부터
좀 신경
기분 안
쓰이죠.
좋아요.
다시 좋아졌어요.
아, 좋아요.
네.
다행입니다.
I'm good.
You know I like to make fun of you, Steve, but it's because I love you.
Steve, it's Friday. You're here for quote unquote.
Yes.
Right? What do you have for our listeners, Steve? What do you have for us?
It's Friday night. So today I've brought a quote from the book. It's a Korean book today.
Oh.
언어의 온도.
언어의 온도.
Yeah, the title can be translated to the temperature of language in English, written by 이기주. So this book is a collection of essays that explores the power of language, its ability to convey emotions, and the impact it has on our lives and relationships. It delves into the ways in which language can express love, empathy, and understanding, as well as the ways it can sometimes fail to do so. The quote for today is, words and writing are not only etched in the mind, etched in the mind, but also engraved in the heart. A language deeply embedded in the soul is an ever-blooming flower.
Oh, that's pretty.
Steve.
Not his words, right? Not
Okay.
his words.
Just reminding everyone. I like that. Words and writing are not only etched in the mind, but also engraved in the heart. A language deeply embedded in the soul is an ever-blooming flower.
Yeah.
That's so true, though, because think about this. Think about this. If somebody speaks to you in a language you don't understand, 상처를 못 받아요.
네.
그렇죠.
Because you don't understand anything.
That's right.
So, but when you speak to someone so lovely in a language that you do understand, with temperature, with feeling, with emotion, then it stays with you.
Yeah.
It can stay with you forever.
That's the power of words. It could be even like the nicest words, and words that are said to mean harm, or maybe out of anger. You gotta keep in mind those words. It just doesn't, they just don't process it, and then it leaves their brains and minds. It stays in the heart.
맞아요.
Right? It's etched, it's engraved. You can't really
맞아요.
take it away easily.
Yeah.
맞아요.
So like as you guys said, the words and writings we use have immense power. Because of their potency, we must exercise caution when addressing others. Just how powerful are they? Like, you may wonder, well, the words and writings we employ can sometimes be the difference between saving or ruining someone's life. However, it often appears that we underestimate the influence of these words and writings and wield them thoughtlessly.
Yeah.
As elucidated in literature, words and writings not only linger in our minds but also become imprinted in our hearts. Since we humans are emotional creatures, what's etched in our hearts takes a considerable amount of time to erase. If we convey positive and uplifting words and writings to someone, they will become etched in their hearts and provide them with tremendous strength for an extended period, much like a perennially blossoming flower.
맞아요. You do remember all the nice things that people say, right? But that one time somebody says something mean to you, right? Like on February 22nd, 1996.
Yeah.
Brandon Fletcher, right? In my 6th grade class, wrote me a note saying my lunchbox or my lunch stank, right?
What?
And I remember that forever.
Brandon Fletcher. Do you want me to go to the States and get him?
I don't even know where he is right
I'll
now.
do it.
See, it's so long ago, but I remember stuff like that.
Brandon Fletcher, you
Right?
suck. You suck.
You really suck.
Brandon Fletcher.
Yeah.
Kids are mean.
But kids are mean in general. But words, they're that potent.
Words really are. So I take it back, Brandon. You don't suck. I was just kidding. I was just sticking up for my friend,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so, these words don't really impact the other person. They also exert a significant influence on our own subconscious, ultimately determining whether our lives take a positive or negative trajectory.
Sure.
If you frequently employ positive language, your life will undoubtedly follow suit. However, if you frequently employ negative language, it will also shape your life in that direction.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. You are what you think. So if you use a lot of negative words, especially towards yourself, you will live and act in that way. But if you use a lot of positive words, then you will live and act in that way.
Yeah. So the quote I said, words and writing are not only etched in the mind, but also engraved in the heart. It's last day, Laura. 네, 그래서 저의 마지막 이제 언어의 온도, 저의 말 전해주고 싶은 말. 이게 뭐냐면 이제 I think like this is not the last, 그러니까 마지막도 새로운 출발이다. So I hope everything will 너무나도 잘 될 거고.
Look at Steve.
너무나도 잘 될 거고. I have no doubt. 무조건 잘할 거다. Yeah.
He's so sweet. Look at that. And after all the mean things I said to you.
He's like, what
Thank you,
mean
Steve.
things that we say behind his back?
Of course, there's no real mean things. It's just fun. Steve, I appreciate that
I know.
so much.
She
That's
said so much about you.
sweet. That's such a sweet thing to say. And it's not, you know, I don't ever think about the end of something being the end. I think it's every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. You know, closing time?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
I think so, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to be leaving BEFM. I'm still going to be here. I'm not leaving the country. But, you know, it's just a change, right? It's a change.
That's right.
You've got to think about it positively.
Also, thanks
Thank
for
you,
reminding me.
Steve.
We have to take your fingerprint off the thing after today. Yeah, but very, very meaningful, quote unquote, today, as
Thanks,
Steve brought,
Steve.
right? With his last words, you know, with Laura, not your last words, but on your words to Laura on her last day, right? Yeah, you etch that into your heart, Laura.
Etch this.
맞아요. But not just that, lots of, you know, warm, kind words that were shared today by our listeners.
Yeah.
Laura, we had a couple more messages come in. People very sad to see you leave.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, we have Toki님 saying, Laura, you, we will miss you. 가지마, 가지마, 가지마.
가야지 뭐.
가야 됩니다.
가야지.
We also have 오 원장님 that comes on every Thursday saying, I cannot imagine Inside of Busan without Laura. We'll miss you.
Oh, and
Well,
Cosname, look
네.
at that. I haven't been listening to BEFM for long. Cosname, that's your loss. But please, 앞으로 계속 들어보세요. But thank you, Laura. I've learned a lot from your me time, and I really appreciate your supportive words. Hope you and your family stay healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Happy and healthy. Thank you so much, Cosname. Thank you to everybody. It's been so fun. And I'm not really sad about it. I mean, I'm sad, but I'm not really sad because I'm going to do something wonderful for my family. I'm going to
That's
look
right.
after my family. And, you know, the spirit of Laura will live on in Minsu. He's weird, and he's been forever ruined by many of the things I've said and done.
Scarred
So enjoy it.
emotionally.
Emotionally damaged.
Yeah.
Emotional
Mentally.
damage.
Maybe even physically. I don't know.
No, not that 정도. Not that 정도.
Laura, thank you so much just for
Thank
all
you.
your dedication, you know, to this show, for all your hard work.
고마워요.
You definitely made my 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock every night,
More fun.
right? Oh,
Worse.
yeah, for sure. No, definitely more fun, right? We're going to miss you, but we're not going to miss you. I mean, you'll be here.
Yeah.
We'll see you, right? 네.
Thank you, everybody. 사랑해요.
네.
I'll see you later. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Minsu. Thank you, listeners. 사랑합니다.
네.
Good. I love it. Final
we-
song for
네.
you, chosen by Minsu.
Dedicated to you,
Such a good song.
Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight.
I love it.
May
Today's
your
show.
life always be this funky.
I used to do this on the Just Dance mat.
Yeah.
Produced by Minsu Shin, written by Im Soo-jin and Nam Dong-hwa, hosted by Laura McLucky, and
Minsu Shen.
not see you next week, everybody.
네, I'll see you next week, but Laura, bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to sing hello. To the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out, I'm the CASN, the OVA, and the rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the doctor of the mix, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1", and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got two big cars, I definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Him and talking about checkbook, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend.
부산을 한 장의 사진에 담는